Yeah.
That there was going to be basketball in fucking August.
I watched a little bit.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. Smartmark Wrasslin Radio. Mobile racing.
My brother says it's not real. I think he's full of it.
Man, yeah, what? Boy, it's been a minute. Been busy. We've all been busy. No Chris tonight, and I wish his baby mama a speedy recovery and all the best. We're sending our thoughts to you guys. I have no idea what's going on. I just know he couldn't be here tonight for medical stuff. So, but he seemed pretty okay though. So, I don't know. But yeah, we haven't done a show in a bit, so we're gonna do some catch up. We're gonna talk a little AEW, a little WWE. I think last night was must win for Orange Cassidy.
Yes.
Boy, I hope he's quieted some of his detractors though. I've been high on Orange Cassidy since the goddamn beginning here, but I think he has been proving himself as more than just an indie comedy talent. I do legitimately think he could be a star in AEW.
Well, we're watching him develop, right?
Yeah, he can be.
Which needed to happen.
It did, yeah.
And that's really cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like that's happening to Otis now too. We're getting some people that are kind of like they can do the comedy, but we need to see them evolve so that the comedy will always be there. But we need to see them. We need to see the other side. We need a more dynamic persona. So I think
Otis' head is so big, man.
Oh, he's so sexy, dude. I
love Otis. I really
get a half chub for that guy. Oh yeah.
His head is so huge, dude.
It's
when they show him and Mandy and they like kiss and stuff, and you see how big his face is compared, like they
and
kiss,
it's red and it's full of ham,
and it's like a tomato, and they kiss because
it's a beefsteak face.
Dude, he looks like he looks. God, he looks like that kid from that movie Mask.
The movie Mask. Oh, Jesus, God, no. That is funny though. That is.
That's so mean. His head is. I think this is something I noticed because I have a big face. I have a big head and a big face. But
head move.
When they kiss, though, they do that side profile, and it's like, man, her head is so small compared to his head.
I know, right? Well,
she's not huge. She's taller. She's taller than him, though. I feel like. How tall is he?
He's 5'10". He's 5'10", 330.
Yeah, dude.
Don't ask me why I know that.
He's strong as an ox, though.
Oh, he's believable as a tough guy, man.
Yeah,
and I'm glad we got to see Heavy Machinery. I'm glad we got to see Tucker.
Yeah, he's
Tucker?
back, right?
Yeah, he came back, and that was really nice to see as a breath of fresh air because it kind of feels like Otis was getting the good end of the stick on.
They got to fix
time.
They got to fix Tucker's ring gear, though, man.
They do, but I like him.
I do too. Well, so between the two. So Otis has got. He
kind of has that baby JBL kind of look though too. He's kind of a big baby.
Tucker does a lot of
up in this motherfucker.
Does a lot of cool moves though. Yeah. I don't know. I like Heavy Machinery. I think it's a cool gimmick. I think it's fun. I don't know. I think Otis is actually developing. When he won the Money in the Bank, I think we were all kind of like, this guy's not going to be like the next big talent. But we've been wrong.
No, I think he is. I think he is the next big thing, man. I think, you know what I think? I think the two biggest candidates, let's do some predictions here. I think Jeff Hardy and Otis are the next two in line?
Jeff Hardy.
It's probably in his fucking, well, in the music industry, we call it a writer. You know, there's brown M&Ms and hookers in the green room.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna give you my all. That's my guess. Is I'm gonna give you my all. I'm gonna give you the rest of my career, and I'm gonna retire. I want to run. I want to run it with the strap.
You got to throw a belt on me for a little bit.
Yeah, and I'll do whatever it takes. I'll sow my oats. You know what I mean?
I'll throw pee in someone's face. I'll do a shitty gimmick where we're playing with my drug addiction, which I'm still not a fan of.
I think he's eating shit for that. And once that gets out of the way, like what we saw, like Sheamus and the damn King guy.
Yeah.
I hate his guts so much. That's probably why I don't remember his name.
Barrett?
King Baron, yeah. Corbin? Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin. I hate his guts.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
But yeah, I feel like they were able to get Sheamus onto Baron. Now we get to see Jeff run with somebody else. Like I want to see him work with somebody else. It's gonna be great.
So we're talking about. It's Sheamus and Baron Corbin against each other. Who's the heel?
Yes. That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, this is the sports program on TSPN. You're talking about.
I didn't even notice it. Kinda.
Welcome to the special Thursday edition.
I mean, it is always kind of sports program.
It was festive. I kind of liked it.
Yeah. I just wanted a different background. Fucking, I'm leaving it.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it because he cried about it. No, I don't know. No, I mean, it should be, I mean, it's fun. It's, I mean, Raw, I watched some of Raw, which I liked what I saw.
Let me lead you through let us lead us together with some bullet points I've got here. So let's talk about, this is kind of an interesting bit of wordplay. Kamala Harris just got appointed as the vice presidential pick for Joe Biden, and also Kamala Harris passed away.
Yeah,
and they dedicated the last Monday Night Raw.
They did
the last one.
Oh, they teased something on Raw that I'm very intrigued by. The teaser being so Dominic.
Yes.
Mysterio, or Dominic, Mysterio, not Junior, just Dominic Mysterio is going to be fighting Seth Rollins. They gave him a contract. I think that's cool. Like, he's going to be a legacy. That's awesome. What a cool way for him to cut his teeth. He'll probably lose, but who gives a shit? Like, it's awesome for him to get in. But what they teased during that, though, was Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe talking smack before the contract.
like Joe's supposed to be like this moderator, right? Because he's a personality now, kind of. Except for
he's Taz. He's the new Taz.
Yeah, except for we saw like a face Joe, but still being like badass, kind of scary Samoa Joe. And I was like, oh, I like that. Let's play with that. I want to see that. Sure. I want to see him come back and wrestle and be a face,
right?
But be like intense, kind of scary Samoa Joe.
So let me ask you: Did you see the beatdown that Seth Rollins dealt him? At all?
Was that on Raw?
Yeah,
I must have stopped before that. He beat down Joe or Dominic.
Dominic.
Okay, I did see that. Yeah, that was pretty nasty.
That was this is what I wrote down. Jesus Christ. This beatdown is gratuitous.
Yeah.
And right before that I wrote too soon for Dominic Mysterio, like he looks really young, and then after the beatdown I was like, not anymore. Like, apparently not anymore. After that beatdown, he's ready to go. Whatever you can throw at him, he's ready to do.
And keep in mind, this is the same Dominic Mysterio who's also like it's like a couple months ago, took some like pretty nasty beatings from before Royal Rumble, took those beatings from freaking Brock Lesnar. Like him and Ray both. So the guy can take
he's
bumps.
Eating shit. Yeah,
that's good. I feel like the way the McMahons work though is they love the legacies, they love that kind of stuff. If Ray's going to be retiring in the next few years here, which I think he still looks good, but I can see an end at the. I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. If he were
smart, he would do it.
If
he was smart, he would do it.
A few hints though that they've kind of let us see is like, first off, him talking about it, and then secondly, he lets his goatee grow in like gray now. Like he lets his age show. Like he's got the goatee right now, and there's gray in it, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like he's letting us see, like, oh, like Ray, he like wrestles like he's 20 still. I mean, he still wrestles amazing.
Yeah.
But
he's incredible, man. He's and you know what? Samoa Joe was right when he said he's the greatest luchador to ever live. I think he's right. Because if you think about it, Eddie is not a luchador. Eddie is a Japanese strong style. Yeah. Just like Chris Benoit. They're Japanese style. So I think he might be right about Rey Mysterio. 619. Booyaka, booyaka. What do you think? What do you think about Raw Underground by Shane McMahon?
So I like it. I like it. So for one thing, because it's in the last hour of Raw, right?
It's like
or is it after
chunks? It's chunks throughout.
Okay.
Like there were 3 bouts.
Okay.
And it was mixed in.
I think the way they had initially pitched it when I saw with it. I do too, because I think the way I had seen it was originally pitched, it was going to be the last hour of Raw was going to be like the Raw Underground stuff with
I think that was the first one.
Oh, okay. That's kind of how I thought it was going to be.
I think they're playing with it, like I said. Yeah. They're playing with the format.
So if they do that, though, if they do like the last hour of Raw, I think that solves a lot of problems. Because first off, I think a 3-hour show is hard to work with, especially without any fans. So I was like, there's no fans.
So is there a 2-hour version that gets broadcasted? Because that's, I think, the one I've been watching is the.
If you watch Raw on Hulu the next day, they do an hour and a half.
I'm watching it on YouTube TV.
Oh.
Is that the same deal where it's an edited version? Because if I've been missing out on an hour of Raw programming, I'm going to call my senator.
I don't think so. I think it's 3 hours.
Man.
Yeah. It's a long show.
I'm going to have to. I thought it was 2. It is 2. 3 hours is WrestleMania. Like WrestleMania should be 3 hours. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Maybe 4.
God, WrestleMania's been like 7.
Because it's like $60.
It is.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Well, so I mean, I think it helps with a lot of stuff. Anything to change it up right now. I mean, why not? You can play. I
love it. I think it's great.
Here's the thing: Raw and SmackDown is like a question mark. Always, I think it's kind of always been like the question mark. Like, could this show get canceled? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could.
Of course,
Raw will never be canceled because USA will never cancel it.
It's their flagship.
Right.
Whether they like it or not, it's their flagship.
Because
it's what brought us to their channel. I wouldn't be a fan of Psych or Burn Notice or Monk. Dude, USA has great shows.
Yeah, they do.
But they had to get us in with wrestling. I would have passed it like I passed FX.
Same here. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, FX back in the day used to be that too until you got like It's Always Sunny and like thank God for those shows. Archer.
Yeah.
Because FX used to be like, I don't care about any of these shows.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Nip tuck? Why don't you nip tuck this butthole?
Yeah, exactly. But like right now you got I was before we started the show, I did mention that in the ratings war Wednesday, the last couple weeks, AEW has won. But I think I know why. I don't know if it's because AEW is doing a better show necessarily on Wednesdays, because I still think NXT is WWE's best show. But
it's hard for me to tell.
But I think I know what's winning it is that on Wednesday. So right now, I don't think anybody expected this ever either. I mean, AEW went to TNT because of the ties.
Unplanned circumstance.
Yeah. And AEW went to TNT because of Turner. I mean, that's it. It's Turner Broadcasting.
They're trying to revitalize the South, man.
Exactly. Yeah. They had the deal.
That's probably why I love it.
It's probably the only network that would have worked because it just makes sense. It feels like the Monday Night Wars, kind of. Anyway, What they did not foresee was this huge pandemic that was going to delay everything and to what we thought for a while was going to cancel everything. But now what we have in August is something we never have, which is NBA basketball. And all those bubble games are either on NBA TV or TNT. Right now I'm watching the Blazers and the Nets on TNT. And on Wednesday nights, that's the lead-in. That's the lead-in is basketball. And there's no sports right now. And by the way, these are not preseason garbage NBA games. These are like play-in to playoff games. So they're a lot of eyes. So, if you're watching previews for, and by the way, TNT's really good at advertising too. I would say their only rival might be USA Network, where it's like, you're watching Law and Order right now. In 17 hours, we're going to have Raw. like the morning, the morning of Raw.
You know what I think it is? I think it's like they run it, like they're not running it that way, but it feels like it's like local. It's like KXLY's sister station on 6.1237.
Yeah.
KXLY antenna. Fucking we play the hits.
Yeah. So like you
Becker and
right.
fucking and what's the Three's Company.
Yeah. So
and then fucking SmackDown. It's on.
Right. Yeah. So like USA Network, you're watching it's like up next for the next 12 hours is a Law and Order marathon because we have literally
SVU.
Law and Order
all
SVU
the
marathon.
Rape episodes.
All the rape. We have Law and Order Rape VU all day, all day. But by the way,
and the finale's
But in 10 hours, Seth Rollins, eye for an eye. And so TNT does the same thing, man. You're watching TNT, and they have Rizzoli and Isles or whatever, like on during the day, and they have it's just daytime programming. So like COVID's fucked things up, right? Because nobody used to watch TV.
A kiss for Regis.
Yeah. Nobody watches TV during the day, or they used to not watch TV during the day, but now people are working from home, and so they have their TVs on.
Fucking
so like
COVID's right.
Yeah. So
I'm talking about my man Steve Harvey on the Family Feud from 11 to noon. He is my man.
He's hilarious.
From 11 to noon.
He single-handedly has saved that show pretty much.
Dude, I could never hang out with that guy, but I love him so much. Steve Harvey should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Let's get that figured out, Vince McMahon.
Hasn't even stepped foot in it now. I'll give him the award. So you got daytime programming, but then they're pushing hard. So that was my point. So now with TNT though, there isn't a lot of daytime programming because they're starting basketball games like at fucking 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Like 10 a.m. Last few days, like noon. Like today I was watching, I mean, I don't know if they're all on TNT, but a lot of the games are on TNT and they're on at like noon. So you're not used to watching basketball at noon. By the way, how is productivity right now at jobs with basketball on during the day? There's no way.
Who cares? Boo! Capitalism! Boo! Who cares? Watch your football and recreate yourselves.
Recreate yourself. Recreate. No, I mean it's been great. So I think that's where AEW is doing it right now. Is basketball starting early during the day. You're able to just keep watching, and if there's nothing on in the evening, and you keep seeing these previews for, and Jericho is such a good draw, and the promos they show for him in those commercials are usually hilarious because it's fucking Jericho. And
it's interesting. It's interesting because it feels like AEW is like the inclusive wrestling show. And WWE is so strange right now that it's exclusive because it's very niche, right? It's only for the soap opera fan and the person who loves it. AEW, on the other hand, it already has a story just by being wrestling. They have the records, the tail of the tape. That matters. So you don't have to be invested in wrestling to know what's going on.
No. That's true.
I think they succeed in that way too.
I wouldn't mind seeing WWE adopt some of that too. Honestly, the records. I think the records ultimately they don't matter. Like really, it does not matter. But but it's so good to have.
It suspends your disbelief a little bit further, right? It gives you something. It's important somehow. But yeah.
Jinx. The only thing that AEW does not, I will say that they are still struggling so hard on the women's division. They really are.
It is really rough.
Boy, they need Dr. Britt Baker to come back so badly.
Well, we got Heather Monroe's debut. It was a job show to
it was
the champion who I feel like they're after watching Hikaru Shida for so long, I feel like she's just a copy. She's not good enough.
Yeah.
She doesn't even hold the candle. Like Io Shirai, Kairi Sane is better than her.
Yeah.
Like, and let's not even compare name the most green talent in NXT in their women's division. They're better than Hikaru Shida. She's just not. Yeah. She's not good, man. And I really like her. I think she's charming, and I'm not into it, man. I think she needs some work. She needs to do something. And that hurts me to say because you know how much of a big luchador and Japanese style, fan I am.
It helps the WWE's had the women division now, and they've had some time to build it and give us some really great characters.
They pick the right people. I mean, you can have the best infrastructure in the whole world. You can build the Autobahn, but if you put a fucking Model T on it, you're not going to get anywhere.
Right.
If you do, it's going to take a long time. You need a Ferrari. And that's where Vince shows his power. Is his ability to get the best in the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because they got Asuka, man. They got Asuka.
Asuka's the fucking best in the world.
And Alexa
can we talk about for a second two things? I like MJF's new political shit now that there's this buzz about the election and it's set in stone. I like it. I still hate his guts. I wanna drown him in Manischewitz.
He's such a great heel.
He's so good, and I hate it.
He's such a jerk, man.
It's
good. It's good though.
It's God Almighty.
I also liked it.
What I really want to see, I want to see Kenny Omega lose to Marco Stunt because Kenny Omega has been a dick to Marco Stunt.
Yeah.
For the past 4 weeks. And this week we got to see we got to see that fight. We got to see the Jurassic Express versus douchebag and douchette.
What was
Hangman Page and Kenny Omega, and they're teasing that Marco Stunt thing. I think of it this way: Kenny Omega is the only guy I've ever seen fight like an 8-year-old girl. So if anybody's gonna wrestle Marco Stunt and legitimize him and make him look legitimate, like he could beat somebody, it'd be Kenny Omega, right?
Yeah.
So I want to see that.
Does make sense.
That would be really cool. Mike Chioda made his AEW debut as well. Oh, what? Yeah. Did somebody score?
No, I forgot to turn off my notifications.
Jeez. Well, I need to refill my beverage. Do you want to?
No, it's good. It's good.
Read your messages.
No, it's good. It's good.
I'm just teasing.
All right. Let's do some top fives.
You got to move on. All right. There's too much to talk about.
It really is. And we're gonna try not to miss shows on Thursdays now. So we'll. I think we're gonna try to. Honestly, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do the show tonight, was just to try to get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, sure.
But let's do it. Okay, so top five. We decided to do a silly top five because I have some good top fives that we wrote down that we're gonna do, but I don't want to do it without Chris.
Right.
Or at least without a third person, because we have I wrote down some really good ones that we were going to do. Best and worst angles, best and worst celebrity involvement.
All right, yeah.
So I wrote down some kind of some new ones that I want to get to. But tonight we decided to do best haircuts. Huh? That's a good one. But mostly because worst haircuts will be hilarious.
Well, see, that's the problem.
Maybe we can
they're going to cross over for me because some of those bad haircuts I love a lot.
Maybe
I don't know why. I can't explain.
Can we call an audible, and since it's just you and I, can we do our best and worst haircuts?
Sure.
Can we go last minute and choose our?
I think I can pull those out quick. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Can you put on like an 80s like television commercial? Like a Mentos commercial from like 1992? Would we get dinged for that? If you did that? Because I'm gonna fill this up.
Okay.
You got it? All right.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh feels better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
A double pleasure's waiting for you. A double pleasure from Double Mint Gum. A double great feel. Double smooth. Double delicious to chew. A double pleasure is waiting for you. Double Mint Gum. A double pleasure is waiting for you. Double Mint Gum.
Yeah,
double Mint Gum. All right. All right. So we'll do top 5 best and worst. Top 5 best and worst haircuts, because I do think there's a lot of crossover there. I agree with that. Also, we're not gonna make Chris jump in with top 5 worst haircuts. So we don't want to skip it.
No, yeah.
And last time we did a show, we did do worst already.
Let's make him double down. Let's make him have to go to work and do 2 lists. We only have to do 1 list, Chris, but you have to do 2. What if we made him do 3? We'd be bitches.
Such a bitch. All right. and my list tonight is going to be in no particular order. But
I dig it. I dig it.
I do have an honorable mention from Chris, though. I'm pretty sure he's the one that he said Brutus Beefcake.
Yes.
And I've decided to throw that in there because that's a nice thing to do. He did say Brutus Beefcake has to be on the list. I don't know if he specified whether or not it was best or worst. But
I'm adding 4 right now, so don't think I'm not listening. I gotta write them down so I don't forget.
No, I understand. So Brutus Beefcake is Chris's honorable mention. So that's pretty good. So I'm gonna do my best. Great. I'm gonna do my best right now. And by the way, some of these will also be my worst.
Right.
Okay. I said that you were kind of touching on that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, man, this is a good one. This is such a good one. I thought I was gonna be a little kind of like bored with this, but it's so good.
Okay,
God
cool.
dang it.
All right.
I'm having a lot of fun, folks.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a fun one. Okay, I'll go first with my best. Okay.
Okay.
I did number them, but I don't really have a particular order. But I'll just say,
right.
So number 5 is Hogan with that horseshoe.
Dude. Yes.
I also love that I believe this is a real thing. I think in every promotion he's ever been in as part of his contract, they are not allowed to talk about his horseshoe haircut. Which is why in WWE they never made fun of his bald, and in WCW they never made fun of him for being bald, and even in TNA they never made fun of him for being bald.
Wow, so that's in his contract.
I think it is.
Like, you can't talk shit.
You can't talk about me being bald.
Yeah,
because as soon as
the repercussions are.
Maybe you just don't get to be on TV anymore. Probably you lose your career. But think about after he went to WCW.
Hogan's bald, shiny, dumb head.
After he went to WCW, remember the promos that WWE would do where they made fun of him. They made fun of him for being bald all the time.
Yeah, that's right. So
was
bit twice shy, babe. I get it.
So they were talking about it.
Yeah.
All right. So Hogan, number 4. For best, this guy's also made my worst as well. But mullet Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah. Like how short are we talking about the bangs? Are we talking?
I'm talking like
princess, or are we talking?
No, I'm talking when after the Rockers.
Just after, right when he kicked him in the the window.
I'm going ladder match. Razor Ramon. Mullet,
okay, all right.
Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
That's in my best. But he's in my worst, but not that haircut. Okay. But he's in my best with the mullet.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4. Road Dogg Jesse James and those fucking cornrows.
Yes. The most white trash haircut known to man.
Why? Okay. Number 2.
Hey, we got a Facebook comment from Brandon Reynolds. Let's stop you watching. Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Brandon. Shout out. Okay, number 2. Both Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal.
Oh yeah. Bald and a mohawk, right? That's
bald and a mohawk.
Bald and mohawk.
Yeah. Great though. Loved him.
Yeah.
I also probably could have put a tie in there with like the natural disasters, like how like one of the natural
tornado and
or it was earthquake and typhoon.
Earthquake and typhoon.
And one of them had a skullet, man, like he was just bald.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, rock on with that.
Rock on. That was earthquake. Earthquake.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. My number 1 is Bam Bam Bigelow. We got the tattoo hair, the flame hair
with the tattoo hair, the Sinead O'Connor. I get it.
Yeah, the Bam Bam with his tattoo haircut. Love it. That's my best. So let's do your best, and then we'll switch to worst.
My best. Okay, so number 5, Ric Flair and the bleach blonde Farrah Fawcett, or the short. He's got beautiful. His hair is like a Rolex, man.
Yeah, it is. That's good. I like that.
Let's see. Bruiser Brody with the crazy fucking big hair. I love it. It's scary. It makes him look like a wild man. It works. Bray Wyatt's dreads. I think they're crazy and cool and weird. I love that. Jeff Hardy with the undercut. He's the only guy who makes it look superior. Like, if Jeff Hardy didn't have the undercut, you kick him in his nutsack.
Yeah, I don't know how he would look without that.
Take off your pipes and take this boot to the sack.
Even when he had the shorter undercut, when it was like bleach blonde, you remember that? Mm-hmm. I liked that too. I thought it looked good.
Yeah, it still looks good, man. He rocks the undercut. That's his haircut, man. That's why I had it for so long. It's because fucking Jeff Hardy, bruh.
Yeah.
And then number 1, you know who it is.
Brett.
No.
It's gotta be Brett.
No, Asuka.
Asuka,
it's like 4 different colors. It's red and pink and green and blue. Like, it's the coolest hair. Name cooler hair. Sasha Banks, maybe. That blue is pretty cool. But it ain't real. So
that's true.
Qualification. That's like Mark McGuire. You gotta throw that one out.
That's a good list. Here's my 5 worst.
Okay, 5 worst.
Number 5 is Bo Dallas. There's nothing wrong with his hair, but when he hasn't been on TV in quite some time.
He had the long hair. Oh, we've talked about this.
And he would like a lot of the guys would pour water and stuff on them, before they go out. But I swear to God, he would stand in a shower before he came out because his shirt would just be soaked through, and his hair. And he would be.
They all do that.
No, this was different, man. This was way different. This guy, like, it didn't look like he.
Crisco.
It didn't look like he. Like, you know how so like Triple H puts the water on his head, and then he
showers before the fight and after,
and he shakes it out. He shakes it out though. I swear to God, Bo Dallas would put the water on his head.
He just sits in it,
and then just not do anything after that. He would just walk out with
like a dog that just came out of the fucking swamp.
Yeah, like just bizarre. And I was always like, why? Like, shake it out.
Do you feel that way about Rhino? Rhino kind of does the same thing. Where
a little bit. All right. That's my number.
That's 5. A good one, man. That's a really good
one. John Cena. This is not an attack on John Cena's hair. I just feel like the guy doesn't have good hair. Like, he had the flat top, and then remember when he came back after a little bit, and he had like the hair combed to his side, and they had all the memes.
He worked with Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan.
That's right, and he had the.
That's why I love him more. Like, Jackie Chan's my heart and soul, dude.
But they did the memes with he looked like Ned Flanders.
Hello there, neighbor.
I've seen some commercials with him recently though, where he's let it grow a little bit and he's kind of slicking it back, and it does look a lot better. So
like he's about to go to dinner on the Titanic.
Yeah. It looks a lot better. I think probably now. I think for a long time he just couldn't figure out the hair. The flat top thing didn't. It was just like, what? Why do you have a flat top, dude? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's the cyborg. Well, do you remember the cyborg? Was he the cyborg or the Predator? What was his name when he was in OVW?
Oh,
I think he was the cyborg or something like that. And he had the what's the guy in Street Fighter?
Guile. He rocked the Guile. That's good. That's pretty good. Might have lost Dusty. Shit. This show's off the rails. You back? Okay, we got you. Woo! It's all good. We got you.
Oh my God, what happened?
I don't know. You froze in time.
What year is it?
Number 3. I don't think this is bad. So Triple H with the short hair, with the bald. Now, I actually like the way he looks with the beard and the bald head. I think he's cool. It's just, it's not Triple H, man. Like, it's just, dude, when he had
from Goldberg.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like that he rocks like a giant beard with that bald head, though. Like, he looks cool. I still think he looks.
I think he does it because Vince hates it.
Probably. I still think he looks cool. It's just like, it's not
He hates
Triple H.
long hair and he hates beards too. So Triple H is like, well, you know why he cut it? He told Vince he'd do it, and Vince was
really?
like, oh yeah, bullshit. And he fucking shaved it like Stone Cold.
Yeah, he does. And he looks good. He does look good, though. Like, I like the haircut. It's just not him, you know? Like, I miss long hair.
Bullshit when you're hero, you grow your hair out for your hero, and he just cuts his fucking hair like it doesn't even fucking matter.
Number 2, I think Baron Corbin looks stupid no matter what he does. He had the skull. It looks stupid. His head's shaved. He looks stupid. He's stupid and he sucks. And I hate his hair. And number 1. Go ahead.
No. No, Wait. Okay.
Number 1 is Dolph Ziggler with that fucking Top Ramen hair.
We all knew it was going to be Dolph for sure.
Especially when he's doing the thing where he had like the romance with like Vicky Guerrero and his hair was shorter, and he'd bleach it blonde, and then after like he'd wrestle for a little bit, it'd kind of dry out, and his hair's I think kind of naturally curly. It literally looked like Top Ramen, man, like just frizz out. And I was like, quit bleaching your hair, you look bad.
He's got Mr. Perfect's hair.
He does.
Kind of in that respect, yeah. Which sucks. But
Mr. Perfect's hair was perfect.
It was perfect. It was beautiful. Like Shirley Temple's hair.
It was beautiful. That perfect plex,
so these are the bad ones? I got to do the bad ones now, huh?
Yeah, gotta do your bad ones. Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay.
I did forget one more. I didn't put him in my top 5, but my honorable mention for 5 was Shawn Michaels. Not with the mullet, but when his hair was long towards the end of his career, and it was just like he had like that wisp of hair.
Really balding.
He was really bald. He had like a huge bald spot in the back and bald in the front. And then after he'd wrestle for a little bit, and that little part, like the front of his hair would just like,
and it would just be like,
it was like
that's what he gets. That's what he gets, man. You know what that was? That was all them pills in the fucking 80s. That's what happened. Well, I'm all right.
All right.
Okay. So these are the bad ones.
These are the bad ones.
Number 5. I'm not even gonna number them. British Bulldog braids, which dude, those are the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Road Dogs braids. There's a braid theme there. Let's see. Hulk Hogan skullet.
Yeah.
The Ultimate Warrior. Dude, let's talk about Ultimate Warrior's.
Oh, yeah.
Feathered Farrah Fawcett mullet, dude. That shit.
Yeah.
Incredible. You know what? It was almost my number 1. I thought, man, that was the most magnificent mane. He was like a lion warrior from hell. He was beautiful.
My favorite mental imagery that I have, because we never saw it, my favorite mental imagery of Warrior though is just before his matches is him standing in the mirror like ratting his hair and then spraying it. Like being like,
I imagine the song in the background is like, do you really want to hurt me? do you really want to make me cry? And then he's like,
It's like, we belong to the
then-
night. We belong to each other.
and then at the end, he like, you got it, babe. And he just like, dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So props to the fucking weirdest dude in the history of time, the Ultimate Warrior. But my number one worst haircut in professional wrestling history, Rocky Maivia, his debut match, when he came out with that fucking pineapple top. That is the funniest, most ridiculous, stupidest. A rat tail would have been cooler than that, man.
He did kind of have a rat tail too, though. He did kind of have a rat tail too.
So bad.
And do you remember when he like came out and he's all like happy, you know, in his debut match, and his hair is like like wobbling.
It was a cartoon, is what it was. It was a cartoon.
It was funny.
That's my number one worst fucking haircut you could imagine. That was bad.
That's a good list. So that was good. That was a silly one we got to do. We did our best and worst on one episode. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
That's good, man. I gotta go watch the rest of this game though. I gotta.
Hey, I'm sorry for keeping you.
No, you're not keeping me. I think we'll get dinged for old 1988 commercials. Stranger things have happened.
Mentos is probably just happy for the fucking free advertising. I'm gonna buy a roll of fruity and mint for next week.
The fruity ones are delicious, actually.
They are delicious.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching the show, though. We'll be back Thursday.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, stay close a little longer, hold tight a little longer.
No one's ever felt this way eating Big Red gum, by the way.
I know they never.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.